into, let's say, you want to go to a restaurant when you plan to maybe spend $20, you still check before you go, you check the reviews with Google if it's a good place to go. So actually, even in a very low involvement decisions, people check from Google first. So what they find about you is more and more and more important. So how to address that? How the buyers actually can find you? The answer here is content. So you have to create content, or you have to be, or you need to find other people who create content for you, so that the buyers, potential buyers, will find the information about you from online. The content can be any kind of content: text, video, infographics, podcast, pictures, whatever. And it can be on different platforms. So there are many different strategies where to host the content. Shall it be on your own website? Shall it be on social media? So it's a completely different topic, but social media is one popular format or popular platform where to host the content. So you either post things on social media or you post them on your website and then promote them on social media, so people they go from Facebook to your website. So basically, there is one thing that is important to understand, that social media can be used in two different ways, and very often even marketers mix these things up. Social media can be used for promotion. You can buy advertising, or you can or you can publish promoted posts, or you can post your promotional offers, and it still can work. So people can still get your sales messages from social media. That's perfectly okay. The other way of using social media is what social media was originally meant for. And this is for communicating with your customers, engaging with them. And this is actually more difficult, because here you need completely different skills. Because if you advertise on social media, you just need money. It's like traditional broadcasting or advertising. You pay for play. When you want to engage with them, when you want to win their respect, when you want to win their love, then you need to use different strategy. This Australian marketing professor, whom I'm going to probably quote many times today, he said that social media is for people, brands are not welcome here. And I tend to agree quite a bit with that, because people in social media, they want to talk to other people, and the tone of voice that is used in social media has to be friendly, authentic, human-like. And when brands start using social media, using the corporate language, being very polished, official, serious, then people immediately hate it. Because social media is perceived as a social channel where people communicate with each other. So now the trick is that how you as a brand, how you as a corporate could speak in a human voice, in a human tone of voice in the social media. So that's the kind of $1 million question, how to do that. So I just took a quick example. Ufone is the Pakistani brand I'm using, because my phone, the roaming automatically switched to Ufone. And I looked at the Facebook page, and what I found here, they mostly use it for promotion, or they only use it for promotion. So almost every day there is some sort of offer, package number one, so much money, blah blah blah. And I don't know, some people like it. I don't know what exactly is the effectiveness of this, but basically this is the example how to use social media for promotions. But it's not social media. I'm emphasizing on the word social. It's not social. It's media, and it's advertising in a social media platform. Anybody from Ufone here, by the way? No? Okay. Now, there is a table of people from yesterday's workshop who already know the answer to that question, so unfortunately you are not allowed to please be quiet. But for the rest of you, there is a question. In social media, the main KPI, the main currency seems to be like. That's very easy thing to understand. If you're a marketer, then probably your boss also asks how many likes our latest post got or something. If you have many likes, then everybody's happy. But now there's always a question of what's the value of a like. And there's a group of researchers who did academic work on that question. So the question of the research was what's the monetary value of a like? And the results were published in Harvard Business Review about a year ago. So I'm also now asking from you, what is the monetary value of one Facebook like? Yes, how much business gets out of the like? Almost nothing.
In terms of maybe authenticating page, whether it's an authentic official page or not, maybe that is one of the reasons why a brand might go for more likes, or maybe the competitor wars.
But let's say if I'm a brand, I'm a Uphone, I post something, I get 1,000 likes. What is the value of these 1,000 likes? Monetary value.
I don't think likes would be as important as maybe comments or shares, because engagement in the sense of comments and shares or amplification or conversations are much more valuable than likes. I don't think likes itself is something as valuable.
Okay. Yeah, you actually there's another offer. So it's like an auction here. Yeah. Who pays more for a like?
I don't know the monetary benefits, but my like is like endorsing a project.
Mm-hmm.
So if I like as a customer, it means that I've used it and I like it.
But you like a post, you don't like.
No, I like a post, but it means that I like the product. You know,
Maybe,
because I believe.
maybe you like the content of the post.
No, no. No, but if I like, so I know that I'm giving my word or credibility.
So you give a little bit of your social capital away to the brand.
Yes.
Okay.
So otherwise, should not like if I do not like the project.
Okay.
I should not like the post.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah. All right. So since the question was very simple and clear, what's the value of a like? It's like a math exercise. So the answer is also very clear, and the value of a like, according to this research, is 0. Merely liking a brand on Facebook doesn't change behavior or increase purchasing. That's the executive summary of that research. They spent, I don't know how many hours, they asked thousands of people, and then this is the conclusion. And they actually found out that it happens the other way around, that people tend to buy first and then like. So actually, the consumer behavior doesn't work in a way that I like it first, then I go and buy. I buy first, and if I like the product, I like the brand, I like them also on social media. Yes? Yes?
Obviously, from monetary point of view, it might come down to 0 or nil. But when the consumer likes the post or whether it's the article they like or the content or whatever, the brand side, is able to at least find out what the consumers want or what they can identify with, what they can relate to. So it is important to know what is being liked or disliked or what kind of comments are coming on. That's important. In order to tailor and customize your content according to that.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah. Yes?
Yes, I know the value as Facebook is saying 0, but in this context, like my page has around 700,000 fans. So as soon as I put there, or my team put there the session of Dr. Imran, so and so date, mostly same day we have to close it because the registration is full. So how those people who have been to my place are already going there. So how will I convert that into a value?
It's actually a very difficult question because it also matters how do you get those fans to your page. Because uh, the most common strategy has always been that you offer them something. You say, like my page and you can win something. So then they actually, it's like you buy their love. So it's not free love, if you compare this way. If you offer them something in exchange for a like, then they are not really actually truly liking your brand. They just want to get this price. And also, even if they come naturally, maybe, I don't know what is the reason why they started liking your brand. Who knows that? And over the time it changes also. So it's really a difficult question these days what to do with all those fans you have gained over the time when organic reach is close to zero. For a bigger brand, it's under 1%. So basically, you don't reach those fans at all. That's the really big question. And taking dissatisfaction, gentleman back there addressed this as a main issue. I looked at random companies from all around the world, English-speaking countries, and I chose companies with large customer base, telcos and banks. And in this case, I'm showing you some examples of bank pages. This is Barclays UK, big bank in Britain, and they have posted this is social corporate social responsibility project. They support the sports of disabled people, so triathlon. Nice initiative. All big banks do things like that. And then this post has 16 comments, and they are all negative. The first one says, "Absolutely disgusted with this bank. You publish the good, you do, but forget to mention the hardship you cause to your loyal customers." Okay, Brits are notoriously sarcastic, and I thought maybe other countries, other people are more friendly. Australia, they have sunshine all the time, maybe people are happier. ANZ Bank, this year we're celebrating that, so it's a post about Father's Day. First comment says, wish they would do things to their customers and not just tell customers we are changing to this. Not all happy with your changes. And the rest of the comments were even more negative. Okay, what about Malaysia? CMB Bank in Malaysia, they've been sponsoring this young lady who's a squash champion, Nicole David, wishing happy birthday. Okay, it's a nice thing, but very innocent thing to do. First comment says, worst service I've ever seen. CIB Bank provides scam. And all the other comments were similar. So no matter what you say, if you are a big company with a large customer base, you say, Happy New Year. You get 100 comments and they all say, just kill yourself, because you're so bad, we hate you. So then the question is that a normal communication? Can you imagine a group of people communicating like that? Can you imagine me going to, I don't know, to a meeting or a party, and I say, I wish you Happy New Year, and then all of you say, you look so bad today, go away, I hate you. I mean, it's not like a normal communication. It's kind of weird. And all big brands in pretty much all countries have the same issues. So, how to solve this? I know that several companies here actually just hide negative comments, maybe not here but everywhere. So this is one way you can hide them, but it doesn't make them to go away. It doesn't change really the attitude of the customers. I'm going to show you one case example from Georgia, the country in mountains of Caucasia. And it's about a utility company, a water company. So probably if you are in a utility business, then water companies are the most hated, because every time you don't have the water at home, your anger, turns toward the water company. And you actually expect to have water. You want to go school or meeting in the morning and there's no water, you actually are very unhappy about it. So let's take a look at this case film. Here is also a valuable lesson how to solve that hate issue.
Georgian water supply system has long expired its limits. Therefore, it is no surprise that accidents occur regularly throughout Tbilisi. We are Georgian Water and Power, and last time we checked, people hated us. And enjoyed other people hating on us a lot. There was 0 positive brand mentions in social media, and a hell of a lot negative ones. We were doing our best 24/7, but our works never got the same exposure that memes about our inaction did. Therefore, we used the virality of those brand mentions to strike back. When we received yet another negative tag on Facebook, we let our top employees respond to the haters.
Ako nakatwini mo sa. So paano mo siya gawin ng gawin? Alam siya na ouch card siya. Siya sa mga sa tagal din siya ang mga sa alam ko sa. After we got to when we returned to his house, she said, "What is that? What's that? Mana?" Kasi ko sa akin na sa aula siya. Hindi mawala ko.
For each of our customers' smartest brand mentions, we had an even smarter as personalized video right from the epicenter of the works. People loved it. Each video made our efforts visible. The trend of hating us turned downside up, and so did the GWP's perception from the most hated to one of the most loved Georgian brands. Real-time responses got the whole country's attention, earning us free media we could never dream of. The shift was so dramatic that in 3 months' time, our Christmas video was the nation's favorite meeting. From now on, Tbilisi knows that every time the water is out, our guys are doing their best, whether or not it is visible to the eye. We are Georgian Water and Power, and the last time we checked, people loved us.
Okay, so what is the learning from here? Is that they actually approached social media in a human way. So I would say 99% of the companies in a similar situation, if somebody complains on a social media page, they would post a formal response. There, this and that, we are sorry for your inconvenience, we try our best, blah, blah, blah. And this is a formal reply, maybe even written by the lawyer of the company, and customers, people immediately understand, they sense that this is a formal reply, they really don't mean it. They have to reply to us in a formal way. Now, this company here, they turn this into a human channel, so they use real people who work for the company, especially this guy, I think he's very friendly looking, so how can you be angry to a guy like that? So, and these real people, in real time, they respond from the front line, where they actually work and deal with the problem. And then people, the customers, they understand that these are humans who work there, not some distant big corporate, it's a human like me and you, are human beings, they work there, they actually work hard, and it's maybe not their fault or the company's fault that I don't have water today. So humanizing this is a really nice way of turning the sentiment around, and it's not an easy way. It's quite labor intensive, and you actually also may have some risks because you can't control your people. Maybe they say something wrong. But this is also okay in social media because nobody expects from social media to receive a polished, finalized message like you would get, I don't know, a business contract or something. It's human. You know, mistakes are okay if they don't happen too often. And this is probably one of the best cases I've seen how to solve that issue. Any comments? I mean, would that be a way how you could solve your hate issues? And you addressed that problem earlier.
Yeah, I think that approach somehow can resolve the problem. But I think in some of the industries or the companies where product is, more related with, sensitive decisions or high involvement purchase decisions, for instance, I represent a healthcare service provider. So we have to capitalize more on rationality than emotional appeal. But I do agree that this kind of an approach, can diffuse the situation quite well.
Yeah, because social media is emotional. It's about emotions. Even if the problem is rational, you have to show, because what people if you have a problem, let's say if you have a problem with the water, what do you expect the most? You don't. Okay, rationally, you may expect that the water service will be restored as quickly as possible. But emotionally, you want compassion. You want to understand that the company feels you, that they are sorry, really, truly sorry, not formally sorry. And this is how you should approach social media in an emotional way. And the same applies to overall content marketing. Another article in Harvard Business Review about 2 years ago was addressing the issue that all big brands like Coca-Cola and Red Bulls and other big brands are putting so much effort on creating content, especially on YouTube, and they still get tiny number of video views compared to the YouTubers such as PewDiePie or the other ones who are guys and girls who shoot videos with maybe iPhone, no light, no makeup, nothing. It's just, you all have seen such videos, or a cat video, or a dog video. And they are actually more successful than all these corporate films. Like Coca-Cola may spend $1 million on a corporate movie, and still nobody wants to watch it. And then some schoolgirl films her cat with a camera with a mobile phone and got millions of views and spends maybe, I don't know, no money at all. Because people want to watch authentic content, and authenticity is actually number one thing. I'm going to show you quickly some examples of the content. And this is a typical example, I would say a bad example, from a bank in the UK who has made a video that the last time I checked had 41 views on YouTube, which is a country with 60 million people, 41 views, almost nobody, or maybe the only people who were involved in making this video watched it. So I'm going to play only the part of it because I don't want to bore you, but that gives a point.
I originally was working in finance, then had my kids. It wasn't what I wanted to be, a full-time mom, a full-time housewife. Being a skin therapist is what I've wanted to do for a long time. So 6 years ago, I was working in a converted garage. Now I'm in the heart of Birmingham. We met with Harinder at an event. She advised me where to go, what to look for, what to do.
Starting a business can be a really lonely place. My role as Business Growth Enabler is pivotal to all SMEs looking to start up, to grow.
When I met Harinder, I was with another bank.
How many of you would like to watch this video until the end? Please raise your hand.
Brief understanding of what
Okay.
the business was and
Sorry, bad news. I'm not going to show because you're in a minority. Majority of people don't want to watch it. And by the way, why did you want to watch it until the end?
It was an inspirational story. It was about a personal story of a lady who took help from the bank and she made her own business. So I think that it had a human aspect in it.
So you could relate to that?
Yes, I could
Okay.
relate to that. I wanted to know how it worked.
Okay.
Customers are the best advocates of the brands and the products. So these kind of customer testimonials do play out in social media.
But why only 41 people watched it? So, yeah.
There might be a reason because sometimes you have fake testimonials. The video came to me as a bit fake, a very acting. It was sort of like it had those really nice camera, really nice surroundings, and the emotional. There was no emotion in the whole advertisement. So if you want to touch a human being, you should show some emotions. It should be real. It should if it's a customer testimonial, in the first few seconds you should grab me and make me cry, and I should be like in their shoes. So it didn't touch me like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because the idea of showing the customer advocating for the brand is a good idea. And the stories of somebody starting a new business. The idea was good. The problem was the execution, because it felt like advertising. Because it was produced like advertising. It was over polished. It was too good, too nice. And if you want to win the game on YouTube, then you have to be authentic, because people do not trust this kind of overproduced content, because it feels fake and not natural, and that's the point of it. So here the idea was okay, execution was over polished. Yes. Yeah.
Shared experience. It doesn't have to be a real human story. Like I came across a really good example to share with my class since I'm a professor, assistant professor. So a book burning campaign saved a public library in Michigan. And they took out a social media hoax and they said we're going to have a book burning party, come and join us.
I know this campaign, yeah.
It was amazing. And it was just a hoax, so you can even create shock value rather than just emotion.
Yes, but it has to be, this book burning campaign was also authentic.
It was.
So that's the issue. So if you create content on social media and you want people to watch it, it has to be authentic. Or, this is an example of another bank from Canada, and it has almost 200,000 views, which is quite good, especially Canada is not too big country.
The digital age is changing your customers' behavior faster than ever. And that means you have to keep up or risk being left behind. Today, the internet plays a central role in customers' buying decisions. 50% of Canadians now use rating websites before purchasing, and 14% regularly share reviews on social media. If you sell to other businesses, you should know that people making B2B buying decisions have completed more than half their decision process before speaking to us.
Okay, it's also quite long, but why I wanted to show you this is that if you're a bank, you cannot be too entertaining, or you probably cannot shoot a video in the living room with the iPhone. You have certain standards, and this is a nice way of creating content that is useful for your customers. So this content was educating, and it was not directly promoting the bank, but it was rather educating the customers about the changing market, and it was more popular as well. So the next video is probably the most successful content strategy, part of content strategy I have seen. And it's an American company called Blendtec that is making blenders, but their blenders are meant for professional kitchens, so they are very good and expensive. And obviously their issue is that they're a small company, and they have to compete with all the big companies in the home appliances business, such as KitchenAid or Moulinet or Philips or any other. So what do you do if you have a great product and a limited marketing budget? You have to be creative, because usually all marketers complain about limited budgets, but actually limited budgets are very good for fueling creativity. So this company decided to launch tests and film them, and every time Apple launches a new product, they take it and put it into their blender and show that it blends. So this is actually a product demonstration video, but it's done in a nice way, and it's authentic because the guy who is playing the character of a mad professor or mad scientist is actually the CEO of the company. So the CEO of the company, they even save money on acting costs. So they use the CEO as a lead character, lead star. And the only cost is the product of Apple they destroy. And I'll tell you about the results later. But take a look at this film. You probably have seen it because it's iconic.
It seems like I've been waiting forever for my Apple Watch. While I was waiting, I made my own iWatch, but it was way too clunky. Thankfully, the real Apple Watch is finally here, and boy is she a beauty.
Thank you. Tom, that is nice of you to say.
Siri, it's so good to see you again.
You too. It has been a while.
So Siri, I've blended just about everything that Apple makes.
Yes, it has been both inspiring and disturbing.
But there's one thing that I haven't blended yet.
I know. Don't say it.
The Apple Watch.
But the Apple Watch is a work of art. It should be on your wrist, not in a blend tech.
Siri, I'm afraid there's no other way to answer the question, will it blend?
Ouch. Then this is goodbye. Farewell. Tom.
Move over, Dick Tracy. I think I'm going to press the Force Touch button.
Wow. Good. On. Wow. Ouch. Good. On.
Oh, Siri smoke. Don't breathe this. So what's up next? I hear Apple is building their own car. I can deal with that.
Okay, this brand Blendtec, they have their own YouTube channel with dozens of videos. They blend Apple products and also eventually some other like Samsung and Sony products as well. And the whole idea is to show how good their blenders are. So it's eventually a product demonstration. These videos have combined views of over 10 million. This is their main marketing channel. And the guy, Tom Dixon, who's the CEO of the company, actually has become like a mini celebrity. He's been invited to talk shows of Fox News and NBC, and he's pretty much a celebrity. And this is the main marketing focus they do. It's creating content, creating it in an authentic way. It's not too polished, although it's professionally done, but still you don't have a feeling that it's over polished. It feels natural. And they only convince you that the Blendtec is so good that it blends almost anything. So I'm not going to show you, but if you look at the Blender videos, there are also on YouTube. You can check the videos of blenders of other brands like KitchenAid or Moulinex. They usually are these nice product videos that show how beautiful the blender is, and then they actually bombard you with all kind of technical speed. How many RPM? What are the parameters? Blender is like it's like a rocket or a car. You can actually write several pages of tech specs about the blender, but nobody cares. Nobody even understands. So the only thing that, or the most important thing that the customers care, how good it is, will it blend, and they will answer that question in a nice way. So